Charles Leclerc made a confession that caught not only Ferrari by surprise, but also Lewis Hamilton. In a rare and candid statement before competing on his home turf at the iconic Monaco Grand Prix, Leclerc admitted that he began incorporating specific aspects of Hamilton's driving style after closely analyzing the data of the seven-time world champion, now sharing information within the Italian team. For fans who always saw Leclerc as a genuine competitor with a distinct identity on the track, this revelation goes beyond curiosity. It signals a significant shift. If Leclerc is adopting Hamilton's techniques during Ferrari's internal crisis, it could dramatically affect the team's dynamics and potentially change the outcome of the 2025 championship. Before we break down exactly what Charles is learning from the British driver, how it could impact this weekend in Monaco, and what it reveals about the current state of the Scuderia, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and stay with us until the end. What you're about to uncover goes far beyond data and results. It's about mental transformation, adaptation, and a quiet restructuring within Maranello. In recent days, Leclerc mentioned that attention to detail, discipline, and the way Hamilton works with engineers have reshaped Ferrari's internal routines. According to the Monegasque driver, Hamilton isn't just fast. He stays at the track until the very end, attends all technical meetings with complete focus, challenges decisions, and examines every point of his performance with a nearly scientific approach. This level of dedication caught Charles's attention. Even though the two reportedly have similar driving styles, Charles admitted he began adopting some of Hamilton's characteristic habits during critical moments in races. One such habit is how Hamilton modulates the throttle when exiting low-speed corners to maintain grip without overheating the tires. This has been a major weakness of this year's Ferrari car, especially on bumpy tracks or those with low traction, such as Miami, Baku, and of course, Monaco. Leclerc's exact words were that Hamilton is extremely talented and has a very particular driving style that he sometimes adopts if it is the most appropriate thing to do. This admission is no small matter. When the team's homegrown star begins to model his approach after the newcomer, it's a strong signal that something is shifting behind the scene. Now let's consider how this could influence the upcoming race. Monaco is not just another round. It is one of the most unique, prestigious, and technically demanding tracks in the championship. Here, car control, driver confidence, and precision are more important than outright speed or engine power. That's why Hamilton's refined style and Leclerc's decision to adopt parts of it may be crucial. Hamilton is known for his finesse on street circuits. From Singapore to Baku and Monaco, his ability to control slides and balance braking and acceleration without unsettling the car is legendary. Leclerc, on the other hand, is naturally more aggressive. He is notably fast in qualifying, extracting every fraction of a second, but this same aggressiveness has also led to costly mistakes and tire degradation during races. Now, with access to Hamilton's data, Charles is evolving. He is learning when to be precise rather than impulsive, when to conserve energy rather than blindly attack. And with Ferrari struggling both in qualifying and race pace, this kind of internal learning could mark a turning point in the team's strategic approach. Speaking of strategy, we must highlight the modifications Ferrari brought to Monaco. A key update is the return of a rear-wing configuration from last year's Monaco Grand Prix, the very same that helped Leclerc secure pole position and win at home. It is a high downforce wing designed for tight, low-speed corners, offering rear-end stability in sections like Mirabeau, the Hairpin, and La Rascasse. This isn't just a nostalgic move. It's a technically calculated decision to correct the car's ongoing issues with corner entry and rear instability. In addition, Ferrari engineers implemented changes to the car's ride height and suspension stiffness. The SF25 has been one of the stiffest cars on the grid this season, which works well on high-speed circuits but is problematic on technical, uneven tracks. These adjustments are expected to help the car handle curbs more efficiently and allow the drivers to apply more power out of corners without losing traction. For Hamilton, these updates are critical. he has consistently reported instability under braking and lack of grip in mid-corner. The improvements, along with the revised aero package, could finally give him the confidence needed to aim for a top-3 qualifying position. And in Monaco, as we all know, qualifying is everything. Looking at both drivers' momentum, Hamilton arrives in the Principality off his best result, with Ferrari so far climbing from 12th to 4th place at Imola. He made decisive overtakes, managed the tires perfectly, and maintained steady, assertive communication with the team. After the race, his message was clear. If we qualify better, we win. That's not frustration, that's conviction. Leclerc, however, left Imola visibly upset. A strategic blunder cost him the ideal pit window, and his now famous, "I don't care, we're talking about ourselves" radio message only added to the growing narrative that he is losing faith in the team's decision-making process. Just days later, he openly admits that Hamilton's approach is helping refine his own driving. It's a rare show of humility, and perhaps the first indication that Charles is shifting from being Ferrari's emotional heartbeat to a more analytical and adaptable force within the garage. If you're enjoying this in-depth analysis of the evolving relationship between Hamilton and Leclerc and the significant updates Ferrari is betting on for Monaco, leave a like, subscribe for more deep dives into Formula One, and stay with us to the end, because what happens this weekend could reshape the entire season for the Scuderia. So what's really at stake here? Everything. Ferrari has stopped talking about titles. McLaren has pulled ahead. Red Bull remains dominant, and Mercedes, despite their own issues, isn't far behind. If Ferrari wants to salvage 2025, it has to start now. That means extracting every millisecond from the SF25 in qualifying, in strategy, and in driver performance. Leclerc taking inspiration from Hamilton might not seem like much on paper, but within a team as politically charged, emotionally intense, and historically chaotic as Ferrari, that subtle shift could be the spark that finally aligns two of the grid's fastest drivers with one unified goal: winning. Not later, now. What's coming next? This isn't just about borrowing a technique or two from Hamilton. It's a deeper transformation taking place within Ferrari. For the first time in years, both drivers are openly aligned in their feedback. They are pointing the technical direction together. They are exchanging data, learning from one another, and developing a rhythm rarely seen amid Maranello's chaos. That's why this story matters. Because Leclerc, the homegrown hero known for raw pace and emotion, is now blending that intensity with the calculated precision of a 7-time world champion. And Hamilton, adapting to a car not built for him, is slowly turning it into a machine he can trust and fight with. Ferrari's new upgrades for Monaco, from the high downforce rear wing inspired by last year's victory to the tweaks in suspension geometry, damper settings, and ride height philosophy, are more than technical changes. They are signals, signs that the team is finally listening, that the engineers are responding not just to lap times, but to feel, instinct, and driver needs. And when drivers of this caliber feel heard, that's when magic happens. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. One race, even Monaco, won't rewrite an entire season. But the foundations are being laid. Leclerc, who once clung to his own style, is evolving. Hamilton, shaping Ferrari's engineering mindset around his input, is gaining influence. And maybe, just maybe, after all the past missteps, Ferrari is finally nurturing the kind of internal synergy that leads to real results. What happens in qualifying will be decisive. If Hamilton can finally start from where he finishes, the podium is a real possibility. Not just because of the upgrades, but because of the confidence they bring. Confidence in the car, the strategy, and each other. And for Leclerc, this is his home race. A win here, or even a front-row start, could reignite his season, rebuild trust with the team, and remind everyone that he's still Ferrari's sharpest weapon when everything clicks. But the real story here, the part that could change everything, is that for the first time, Ferrari's two drivers are not divided. They are connected, pushing in the same direction, learning from each other. And if that continues, If Monaco becomes the turning point rather than an exception, then don't be surprised if this quiet revolution inside Maranello becomes the spark that reignites the prancing horse. Share your thoughts in the comments. Is Leclerc's revelation a turning point? Is Hamilton's influence finally being felt where it matters most? Do these updates give Ferrari a real chance at redemption in Monaco? If you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more in-depth Formula One insights and stories that go beyond the headlines, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single twist in this incredible 2025 season. Because whether in data, development, or driving styles, something is changing at Ferrari. And Monaco might just be where it all begins.